Why is Iran the only modern nation with 12er Shia Islam as its official religion? The answer is not a single event. This is a story of conquest, culture, power, and a decision in the 16th century that reshaped a civilization. Join me for 3 turning points and a surprising ending. Setting the scene before Islam, Iran was home to Zoroastrians, Jews, Christians, and local traditions. In the 7th century, Muslim armies defeated the Sassanian Empire, and Islam spread throughout Iran. For centuries afterward, most Iranians were Sunni Muslims, with Shia communities living in smaller regions and holy cities. What made Shia ideas resonate? Iranian culture valued justice, knowledge, and loyalty to the Prophet's family. The tragedy of Karbala, Hussein's stand against tyranny, exemplified these values. Pilgrimage sites like the Imam Reza Shrine in Mashhad became centers of devotion and identity. Yet Shia Islam remained a minority until politics transformed faith into state. Turning point number 1, the Safavid gambler. In 1501, Shah Ismail of the Safavid dynasty captured Tabriz and declared 12er Shia Islam the official religion of his new kingdom. It was a bold and strategic move. To the west was the powerful Sunni Ottoman Empire. To the east, Sunni Uzbek rivals. By embracing Shia Islam, the Safavids created a distinct identity that united a diverse people under one banner and drew clear boundaries with their rivals. They invited scholars from places like Jabal Amil, Iraq, and Bahrain to teach, issue legal opinions, and train judges. Institutions grew. Friday sermons changed. The rituals of Muharram, the commemoration of Karbala, and study in seminaries took deeper root. Conversion was a complex process, sometimes gradual, sometimes forced, that unfolded over generations. But the result was profound. Most Iranians became Shiites. Culture empowers religion. Religion empowers culture. Persian poetry, art, and philosophy are intertwined with Shiite themes. Epic architecture, mosques, and shrines gave the faith a visible form. Rituals gave rhythm to community life. Over time, Shiite Islam lived on not just in law and sermons, it also lived on in language, calendars, and the emotional memory of mourning and hope. Turning point number 2, state-clergy partnership. Under later dynasties, especially the Qajar in the 19th century, Shiite scholars, jurists known as ulama, grew in social authority. They mediated disputes, guided education, and sometimes checked royal power. Movements like the tobacco protest demonstrated that religious leaders could mobilize society. The partnership between the throne and the turban shaped public life, even when the two sides disagreed. Reforms, challenges, and continuity. The early 20th century constitutional revolution attempted to strike a balance between law, representation, and religion. The Pahlavi era saw rapid modernization and a national identity less dependent on clerical authority, but public religious life remained strong. Through change and challenge, Shiite institutions adapted, debated, and continued. Milestone number 3, the peak of the 20th century. By 1979, the Islamic Revolution had ushered in a new political order. The Constitution of the Islamic Republic established 12er Shiite Jafari Islam as the official religion. Other recognized minorities retained certain rights, and Sunnis continued to practice their religion, but the legal and political framework of the state was explicitly Shiite. This formalized a reality that had been in the making for centuries. Why did Shi'ism become the official religion? Main reasons. First, historical identity. The Safavid decision in 1501 created a stable national religious framework that distinguished Iran from its Sunni neighbors. Second, institutions. Seminaries, courts, rituals, and sciences embedded Shiite thought in everyday life. Third, culture. Persian literature, art, and public rituals reinforced Shiite narratives of justice, suffering, and hope. Fourth, modern politics. The 20th century re-established the legitimacy of the state in Shiite doctrine. What it means today in Iran, Shiite Islam is not just a personal belief. It shapes public holidays, education, law, and symbols of national memory. It shows how many Iranians understand justice, leadership, and society, while debate over the details remains very much alive. Narrow points and perspectives. This story is not a straight line. Faith grew through sacrifice and persuasion, but also through pressure and state policy. Different regions and societies experienced it differently. Understanding Iran means putting all these realities together: spiritual, cultural, and political. Key point. So why is Shia Islam the official religion of Iran? Because 5 centuries ago, a dynasty bet on it.